Here's another way you all can minimize your cost. If you have respective markets that have these high value providers, they like to get in front of those same seniors because they now may offset some of your meal costs.
Yes.
So they may pay for the meal while you paid for the mailing. You're reducing your costs. And then now you have a partnership. Then they see, hey, man, you referred some folks to us. We're going to continue to refer folks to you. And you build on that. And now you got a thriving Medicare seminar arm of your marketing strategy.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to the Medicare Sales Playbook. I'm your host, Dallas Keithley. We're here to help you expand your Medicare business one play at a time. I really appreciate you taking the time to listen, to learn, and our goal is to help you get just a little bit better today than you were yesterday. So we want to help you do that, and the way that we're going to help you do that today is by bringing in someone. We like to bring in people that are on the ground, boots in action, making sure they still know what they're talking about, not just somebody saying, here's what you ought to do, but people saying, here's what I'm doing. And so today, we're joined by a very special guest, Mr. Ray Hunter. Ray, welcome to the show, sir.
Thanks for having me, Dallas. Looking forward to it, my buddy.
Of course, man. And so I got to meet you. We were in we were at a Cody Askins event.
Yes, sir.
Atlanta, Georgia.
In Atlanta, Georgia.
Right. And
yes,
so
sir.
that's where you're calling home still, Atlanta, Georgia.
Atlanta, Georgia, still there.
Nice, yeah. And so we got to meet you, and man, over lunch we were talking about what you do and how you do it. And I came home, wrote your name in my book. I said that guy's got to be on the podcast.
Yeah, I appreciate you having us, man. We excited to be here, and we want to share with the agents who are listening, who are looking on the podcast to see, as you mentioned, some things they can take away. Because our team, like you said, we're on the ground. We're doing it. We're growing our business. We're helping agents succeed. So we want to see what we can do today to help them to do that.
That's beautiful. So let's start off. Let's tell the people who you are, your background, how you got into insurance.
Absolutely. Ray Hunter, my agency name is RH Financial Group. And actually, I come from a corporate background, sales. I've worked in banking for 10 years. Then I went to outside sales, organizations like Pitney Bowes and so forth. So I really learned to hone my sales skills. And then I moved to Atlanta. Fairburn is actually the area, suburb of Atlanta. And I was looking for insurance. And my wife and I were interviewing gentlemen, and they kept saying, hey, man, you'd be great at insurance. I'm like, man, I don't sell no insurance. That's boring. Nobody gonna sell insurance. Yeah. So then a guy sold me a policy, Dallas, and it didn't do us very much justice. So I said, it's going to be one less crook on the street. So I'm saying I am going to sell insurance and do it the right way.
Wow, that is interesting. That is not the first time I have heard that. Like we were talking, I did an interview with a young lady named Caitlin Sheffy. She said, I got into insurance because my house burned down and I found out that my insurance wasn't a great policy. She then got into Medicare because she said, man, there's a lot of people out there that don't know what they have. Excellent. They don't know what they're doing.
True.
And there's a lot of agents out there that either through ignorance or incompetence or just laziness aren't doing a great job. So I'm going to do what I can to fix it. I love that attitude.
Yes, sir.
Like, this agent, not boastfully, but this business needs more people like me.
True.
And so why Medicare? How'd you get into that?
You really focused in on what is my purpose, because see, I grew up in a household with my great grandparents, and I have a respect and affinity for older ones. Because they helped me be who I am. Old school values, that's what they gave me. Before the street lights come on, Ray, you get home, right? Yeah. You see, if I tell you to be home by 3:30, you be home or you get the switch. I come from that generation. So I have an affinity for older ones. And as you mentioned, they are very vulnerable.
Right.
And we know, as far as Medicare is concerned, from a business standpoint, it just keeps growing and keeps growing. But they need folks with integrity. They need folks who are going to do what they say what they're going to do, and make sure when they use that Medicare card, it's going to not just give them food and dental. It's going to help them stay well. So they need agents who not just say, I'm going to give you the greatest dental, the greatest vision. How about when I go have an MRI, how much does it cost?
Right.
When I go to the doctor, how much is it going to cost? When I stay in the hospital, is it going to bankrupt me or not? So we make sure we do the proper needs analysis with our clients to make sure they're taken care of well first. and those other added goodies that we call them, we give them as benefits.
That's beautiful. I tell my agents all the time, if you run into your client at Walmart, you shouldn't feel like you ought to run the other way.
Yes, sir.
You know, and oh crap, that's so and so.
Yep.
I sure hope they haven't used their plan.
Sir.
You know,
yes, sir.
So it's an integrity thing. It's a family thing. How long have you been doing this now? How long have you been doing Medicare?
Well, I've been doing insurance Medicare since 2006. I've been doing it quite a while. Yeah. I've been doing it quite a while. And you know, I dibble and dabbed in Medicare and other things, but then I got into the mortgage protection business back in the 2006 area, which, you know, things were booming. And so I had a little side Medicare, but then I was making a lot of money selling mortgage protection. And then 2008 happened in the crash.
Yeah, negative 35%.
You know what I'm saying, sir? Yeah. So my pocket crashed.
Yeah.
So then I said, I got to pivot somewhere. And I pivoted to Medicare. And from that point on, it just started to grow and started to grow. And then I started recruiting. And really, I didn't recruit, to be honest with you. I had agents come to me and say, I understand you're doing insurance. What do you do? I see you're always smiling. You're always happy. You're always flexible with your schedule. And then I said, sure, I'll train you, show you what to do what I'm doing. And then my team started to grow. And people start calling me, but we look for a specific agent.
Yeah. It's funny how that integrity tends to do that, doesn't it?
Yes,
when
sir.
you do something right, other people pay attention and they like it in the long run.
Yes, sir.
So talk to me about, you said you're growing, but you're not taking everybody. I try to tell agents that all the time. If you're going to grow your team, don't make, can you fog a mirror? Come on. Who are you looking for and what does it take? It's a privilege to be on your team.
Wow.
What does it take?
Powerful, Dallas.
Yeah.
See, we're looking for folks that have the right attitude, of course, the right aptitude, and as you mentioned, they must be loyal and they must have integrity. See, so anyone could be a salesperson, but a salesperson with integrity, that's a special find. Because most folks, let's be honest, they get into insurance because they want to make money. Why? Because society will fall apart without insurance. You got to have insurance. You can't go to the if you go to the doctor without insurance, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
You buy a house without insurance, ain't going to happen. Drive a car without insurance, you can't do it. So when it comes to seniors, they will not get rid of their insurance. It's just they may get rid of an agent, but they will not get rid of insurance. So it's a solid business. But in terms of helping those seniors as they get older, we want to make sure when I tell them to do something, or shouldn't say do something, but when I offer them something or offer them a recommendation, they can go to bed, go to sleep to know Ray's going to take care of me. Hey, listen, Dallas, I have some folks, I can close my eyes, go in my folder, it'll say 2007, still in my files.
Wow.
Still in my files. So that's the way we do business. And that's the way when we attract agents, I'm looking for the same characteristics on our team as if I was across the table from that senior.
Well, and that's important because they're carrying your name.
Yes, sir.
RH stands for something in RH Financial.
I am the RH.
You are the RH. So when they've got that on their business card,
Yes, sir.
Unfortunately or fortunately, that ties them to you, and that's big. You know.
So you're reading my mind. So there are times we do have to ask an agent to no longer be a part of our team. See, oftentimes we say when we meet someone, well, how many agents do you have? And so some will judge you. You're big because you got all these agents. If I have 1,000 agents and they only write one policy, is that effective? No. If I have 100 agents and they're writing 200 policies, that's effective. Right. It's about production, good quality production. So I'm not just looking at the number of agents. I'm looking for quality agents that's going to be loyal to us because we're going to be loyal to them. And we'll grow the business because they're going to be a part of our RH Financial family. They're not just going to be a number.
Right. That's awesome. Okay. So I hadn't even planned on getting all that, but man, as you're talking, I see your passion for your agency.
Yes, sir.
I see your passion for your agents. And,
yes, sir.
You know, it's one thing for me to succeed, right? Like I know I can go out there and I can write business.
Sure.
I enjoy it. I like it.
Sure.
I have a God-given gift to talk to people.
Yes, sir.
I don't know. That's my wife says sometimes it's a gift, sometimes it's a curse. But man, I can talk to people.
Appreciate that.
But how much more enjoyable is it when you go out and you've got part of your team here with you today?
Yes, sir.
Seeing them succeed and them change their lives and their families' lives, and
Yes,
seeing
sir.
your legacy passed on through other people, that's what it's about.
Now, see, now you're talking, and I'm going to give them a shout out. I have Andronica with me. I have Amber with me, and you know, they're my hardcore team. You know, part of them. Some others down here: Angie, Pat, you know, Chris. We have a few that are with us. Brandon. I don't want to leave anybody out.
Yeah.
So you took about me, Consuela Everett, Drusilla, new agent on our team, awesome down there in the Brunswick area of Georgia. And as you mentioned, to see their lives change. And I've seen their lives change because of the way that we train and the method that we train and the heart in which we train.
Yeah.
So thus, they do the same thing. We got a commercial on our website that they can see. Some of our family, they think just as I do. So if integrity is not there, do us a favor. I don't think this is the place for you. Yeah.
Kindly speaking love into people, but
Yes, sir.
This isn't it. So, okay, now you said something earlier about how you started, you were making money one way.
Yep.
Right? 2008 happened.
Yep.
And here's where it separates the wheat from the chaff,
Yes,
if you
sir.
will.
Yes, sir.
You've got to adapt and overcome.
Yes, sir.
Talk about why that is important, adapting and overcome. Because in this, we are tied to a product that is tied to the U.S. government.
That's it.
And that likes to switch. That can switch every 4 years, however somebody's leaning.
It's
it can
true.
change our lives.
Absolutely.
Talk about why it's important to adapt and overcome.
You got to be flexible. You have to be adaptable, as you mentioned. I'm neutral to politics, so I don't get into politics. But what I am concerned about is how certain regulations affect our business. So if for right now, it's going to be a monumental shift. 2025, for those who may not already know, the Part D cap is going to be $2,000.
Yeah.
That's good for some seniors, but that means the insurance company's got to eat that cost. So what's going to happen? They're going to, no doubt, trim formularies. They're going to raise premiums. And here's a big thing to agents. Please take this away. In the marketplace where you're talking about employer plans, we know if they don't have the standardized Medicare standard, then what happens? Their plans, or shall I say the employer plans for those who are now retirement age, will no longer be creditable coverage. What does that mean? If you don't have creditable coverage, if you don't sign up for Part B every 12 months, what will you incur?
10%.
A penalty. That's right.
Yep.
You'll incur a penalty. Do you think every corporation in America is going to lower their out-of-pocket costs to $2,000? We know the answer.
There's no way.
No way.
There's no way.
So the HR folks are not trained in Medicare. So what are we giving you guys a little sales tip?
Yeah.
Go talk to them.
Yeah.
Go to those markets. Finally, go to that market. Let them know the change that are coming up because seniors are working longer. Why? Because it's hard to make it.
Yeah. Average retirement age now 67, 68.
You see what I mean, Dallas? So that's a marketplace that, hey, it's not about competition. There's not enough agents to go out there and penetrate those markets.
Yeah.
So those are some ideas that guys have to get educated on and even pursue those employers, help them to understand it, be the Medicare person, and trust me, your business will grow.
I'm getting insurance goosebumps here because what I just saw, and I love this. This is where people make it. A lot of people, because I read a lot of the articles, I read the forums and stuff like that. People say, "Oh, this is going to be horrible. It's a bad thing, $2,000 cap, all that stuff." And now, on one side of it, it simply means for the person that's taking a lot of drugs, it's going to be a good thing. It's going to cap their losses at $2,000 or their expense. For the guy taking one blood pressure med, where he had the PDP that was probably $6,
Sure.
he's probably going to pay $25 now a month. So it's going to hurt some people.
Sure.
But people say bad. Other people see opportunity.
There you go.
Anytime there is a shakeup, and I'm not saying whether I'm for this or against it, they didn't ask me, but there is going to be a shakeup.
Yes, sir.
That means there's opportunity.
That means there's opportunity. And that's how the question you mentioned about flexibility and adaptability. But you have to educate yourself on the changes so that you can then take advantage of the opportunity, create the opportunity. You can't just be a zero premium agent.
Yeah.
If that is your way of doing business, you will be history.
Yeah.
Because that is not going to be enough because everybody has zero premium. But then as things get a little tougher, let's be honest, the MAPD plans are going to be different.
They are. Yeah, we're going to start seeing some.
We're going to start to see some changes, right? Mm-hmm. So if that, what happens if the premium goes up? So now your zero premium goes out the window. So now you have to do a proper needs analysis to make sure for this particular client, if they have cancer, right, and they have a lot of tests, are you just worrying about the zero premium, or are you looking at their costs on the back end?
Yeah. Yeah, it's zero premium, so you want it. Well, when they go to get an MRI, if they don't have money for a premium, they don't have $180 for the MRI.
They don't have $180 or $100 or $200 or $300.
Yeah.
See, this is where the agent has to educate themselves and be a true Medicare professional, not just a goody monger, if you will.
Right.
Because they're going to change to whoever has the top number.
Exactly. Okay, I want to. We're running out of time, and I haven't got to what I really want to get to.
Yes, sir.
You have figured out a way. So sitting in front of one client is great, right?
Yep.
People are going to, there's people out there right now that's like, man, if I could have 5 appointments a week, that'd be awesome.
Sure.
If you're a good agent, you're going to get to a point where the need for clients and the need for time is going to, that scale's going to tip, and you're going to find yourself saying, man, I wish I had a way to get in front of more people. You have found a way
Yes, sir.
to get in front of a group of people rather than one at a time.
Yes, sir.
Tell me what you're doing.
Medicare seminars. Medicare one-on-ones. I know people say, Medicare one-on-ones, but it's the way that you present your Medicare one-on-ones that one makes it interesting and engaging, but that's the way you can reach a large audience, as you mentioned, Dallas, at one time. So you get a Golden Corral or whatever place that the seniors hang out. Won't cost you that much. You do your mailing, and you can attract 20, 30 people at a time or more. See, and then when you do your mail outs, don't just do it for just one event. Do 4 events.
What do you mean by that? Tell me more.
So in other words, when I do one mail drop, we'll drop the mail for 4 events. So we'll look at a 10-mile radius of wherever we're trying to target. So we may do a 3 and 6 or 11 and 2. So that's 2 events, but that's all for one mailing. And then the next day or 2 days or next week, we'll do the same thing. So in that one mailing, we'll have 4 events. And if you're doing it properly, especially doing annual enrollment, imagine you got 20, 40, 60, 80 people in front of you from one investment of one mail drop.
Yeah. And you do the 4 events on one card because your card's the most expensive part of it.
That's the most expensive part. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So who are you mailing?
Well, we're mailing turning 65s now, but we also during annual enrollment will do the various ages because you're going to get them from all demographic.
Right. And of course you're staying compliant.
Of course.
You know, and because there is a cap on how much you can spend for dinner and stuff like that. Sure. So you got to be aware of that stuff.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so you mail it out. What kind of return, if you mail out, let's say 5,000, how many people are you seeing in seats?
1 to 2%. That's generally the rate.
So
yeah, 1 to 2%. Yeah.
Okay, so you're seeing it from 5,000. You're seeing 75 people.
That's my point.
Sit down. Yeah. How would you like to get in front of 75
people? Yeah. But we tell agents, because you have too many agents when they want to join a team, whether it's our team or your team, give me leads. Do you have free leads? If you want to make it in business, this business, you have to invest in yourself.
Yeah, one of the things that I love and hate about this business is it costs $300 to own your own business, right? Take your test, you do the certs, whatever. It's about
low entry bar.
$300.
Low entry bar.
Low entry bar also means a low exit bar too, right? Like, okay, I lost $300. Who cares? But the people that really want to make it are the ones that say, okay, now I'm going to invest in my business.
Yes, sir.
I'm not going to, I say this all the time, I'm not going to play the insurance lottery.
That's right.
I'm going to go out and actually make something happen.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So you're mailing out to 65, and then during AEP you're going up to 69, 70, whatever it may be. You're having them come in. You've got your presentation already. Yep, you've got it. And then how are you capturing the data or whatever and getting in front of them after? Because you still got to sit down one-on-one.
The follow-up is the key. The PTCs, permission to contact, that is your money. And Dallas, we talked about this. You guys mentioned it too. See, that you have to make sure you have someone on your team out there making sure they fill out those permission to contacts. And afterward, we mail out a thank you card to come attending our seminar. And of course, we call them, make sure they enjoyed everything, have any questions, but more importantly, then we try to offer them services because that permission to contact has information they're interested in. And I learned this one from you, Dallas, and cross-sell. We just implemented that. See, so what else are you interested in? I'm going to give away this little tidbit now. So if you all want to talk to me about it, you can. But here's another way you all can minimize your cost. Mm-hmm. If you have respective markets that have these high-value providers, I'm not going to mention any specific one because we're in different regions, but they like to get in front of those same seniors because they now may offset some of your meal costs.
Yes.
So they may pay for the meal while you paid for the mailing. You're reducing your costs, and then now you have a partnership.
Yeah.
And then they see, hey, man, you referred some folks to us. We're going to continue to refer folks to you, and you build on that. And now you got a thriving Medicare seminar arm of your marketing strategy.
Yeah. So what are some drawbacks of seminars?
The drawbacks is we have this term. I hope I don't offend anyone. You know it. We say we have the plate lickers. So that's the drawback. You know, the percentage, it depends on the demographic, meaning the area you mail to.
But plate lickers turn 65 too.
They do.
You know,
and there's some they're way above 65 because they bought their friend
way under
65.
In 20 years, I'm giving you a call.
I know, right? You know, so it's okay, but you need an audience, so that's okay. But your closing ratio would depend upon you and your follow up. So even some, like I recall last year, we had a gentleman who said, I never sign up with anyone. I come to so many of these. I basically supplement my grocery bill. But the way you all presented, she's laughing because she remembered that.
Honesty,
she remembered. Hey, I love when they're honest. And you know, sometimes I make them feel comfortable. And I was in one area, Dallas, I think I may have told you this, I don't recall. But some was saying, you know, well, what do you get out of this? I say, let's be honest. I want you as my client. If everything I'm telling you is true and you like me and I like you, then we can do business. But while we're talking about being honest, I said there's many of you who came here just to get a free lunch.
Yeah.
And they, they hide
down. How's he know?
They're right. But they said he's telling the truth.
Yeah.
And so since we're all telling the truth, then let's talk about the truth of Medicare. Then I pivot, and they love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they love that. So there are going to be some plate lickers, but you can convert them in the way that you present.
Yeah, I love it because I've got friends that do like annuity seminars and Social Security seminars.
Yes, sir.
Plate lickers hurt them.
Oh, yes, sir.
But
they're higher.
They still turn 65.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah.
So that's great. So you're talking follow up. You're talking get better. What are you seeing as far as numbers? What's average return of investment on this stuff for you?
Well, it just depends. Turning 65, it takes a little longer because you got to do many of them, and a lot of them are not turning 65 right away.
Right, and people are working past 65.
And people are working past, so you got to track that. So that's why I tell my team, when you're doing turning 65, don't be in the close mode right now because most of them may not be ready, and you sound too eager or even desperate, so that'll turn them off. But when it comes to the AEP, we're closing probably 50% of them or more.
Wow.
So yeah, I mean, last year, man, it was amazing. And it depends on the area, like I mentioned, that you mail to. Right. If you go more of the more competitive metro areas, you're going to have a lower return of investment or ROI. That's just the way it goes. You go further out, you're going to have a higher return of investment because those folks don't see that as much. And when they get a quality person presenting, presentation, meal all together, they don't usually see that. One of my agents said, Ray, they were lined up to sign PTCs. So that's what they have to research too. Research the area, the demographic they're mailing out to. Make sure whoever's presenting is engaging. Don't just, here's A, B, C, D, E. Yeah. No. Be engaging. When they answer a question, give them giveaways, right? Make them laugh. Have a fun event. So when they leave, they remember you, and make sure when you mail out, you have your picture on the mailer.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
That creates instant trust.
Yeah, they walk in.
They see you.
Yep.
One guy, he saw me at one area, I think it was a Red Lobster. He like, hey man, hey Ray, it's you. But that then will drop their mistrust too.
I like that.
Yeah.
So one more question on the backdraw or the negative side of seminars. If I mail out, I'm probably mailing people. If I'm doing a seminar in March, I'm probably mailing people that are turning 65 May through July or something like that. I'm not going to make any money at earliest May, June. Really.
Sure.
How do you get your agents to make money while they're waiting for that? Because after a while, you get your pipeline full and it just keeps rolling.
Sure.
But initially, I've seen agents quit because they're like, Dallas, I can't survive for 4 months with no money.
Sure. Well, most of my agents, though, I don't have them just do the T65s. I have them doing seminars like these at senior centers, senior buildings, things of that nature, where they're writing business all year long. Yeah. And then we have other avenues, whether it's social media leads, direct mail leads. So we're going at it at all angles.
So you can't be a one trick pony, right?
No,
like
sir.
you gotta have it's one aspect of your business.
And I got a little trick up my sleeve that makes us a little bit of an anomaly.
Yeah. Are we going to share it?
I'll share it.
Okay.
Because I have it.
Okay.
I've been a DJ since I was 12.
I did really? Okay.
I got him, y'all. DJ.
Yes, sir. Now you're speaking my language.
DJ.
I love me some music.
Yeah, man. So we gave this ball in Atlanta in 2022, and so they've seen us out in the community. When they walk in and saw me being a DJ, they like, are you a DJ or the owner? They love it. And so now we are starting to do these events. I got him.
I'm going to go buy me some turntables.
Hey, man,
Adam,
you got to learn to do it. You got
to teach me how to spin some turntables afterwards. You got me. All right. Yeah.
Yeah. So we give events, that really engage them with us. And it's a beautiful thing.
Here's what I want to end with.
Yeah.
You like what you do.
Love what I do.
How important is that? You know what I mean? And how can you transfer that to your agents? Have fun. Like, yes, AEP, man, we're sleeping here.
Yes,
we're taking the Army showers, all that stuff. And it can get old and it can get down. But how do you keep your agents having fun and enjoying what they do?
Well, some of them out there back there doing it now. Well, the reason that we do it, I tell them never forget the reason we're doing it. The reason we're doing it is to help our dear, precious seniors. That is our slogan. And when you help them, we leave home, some of us crying, they're crying, so when you help someone, Jesus says there's more happiness in giving than receiving. So when you give, you're happy. And just as a byproduct, you make money. If you look at it that way, you always love what you do. You love the people that you do it for, and you'll never work a day in your life if you live like that.
That's great, man. Well, Ray, how can people get a hold of you?
Well, they can reach us on our website.
We'll put that right here. Yeah, we'll have that there.
rhfinancialgroup.net. That's the best way to do it. Just go to our website and do that. Or if you want to email me, rhfinancial3 at gmail.com. I want to give you my cell phone number because it'll
we got some crazy listeners. I love y'all. Y'all are crazy.
So yeah.
Okay. So are you still looking for agents?
Sure, we absolutely for the right agents.
Yeah. Okay.
For the right
man,
agents,
if y'all are in
always.
the Atlanta area, look these guys up.
But here's a little secret: we sell in about 35 states. So even if they're outside of Atlanta,
the large Atlanta area.
There you go. We can help.
That's awesome.
Yes,
man,
sir.
Ray, thank you for coming down.
Thanks
coming
for
all the way
having
to
me,
Springfield, Missouri. We got to get you out for some cashew chicken.
Let's do it.
And work that in.
I'm not going to talk about the other kind of chicken.
Yeah, no, all cashew chicken here in Springfield,
cashew
Missouri.
Chicken, yes, sir.
We'll get you out there. Thank you very much for
Thanks for having me, Dallas. We appreciate you, bud.
Absolutely. Guys, thank you for tuning in to the Medicare Sales Playbook. I knew this one was going to be good. I hope you guys took some tips away. Go back and re-listen to that. And if you want to know more about Medicare seminars, I think I know Ray well enough that even if you're not on his team, he'd probably sit down with you and talk about it and show you what he's doing. So reach out and, connect. You hear me say it all the time. The way to succeed in this business, find good people and do what they're doing. And Ray is good people. So we appreciate them being on. Please do us a favor, like, subscribe, comment, all that stuff. Thank you to Adam in the booth. Thank you for the rest of the team over there. Man, they've been dancing and all kinds of stuff back in there, encouraging me. But appreciate you guys. We'll see you next week on the Medicare Sales Playbook.